Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum, Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam, Prasannavadanam Dhyayet, Sarva Vignopashantaye. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Buddhirbalam yashodhairyam nirbhayatvam arogitam ajadyam vakpatutvam cha hanumat smaranat bhavet gurave sarvalokanam bhishaje bhavaroginam nidhaye sarvavidyanam dakshinamurtaye namaha. वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ तं सूर्यं जगतां नाथं ज्ञानविज्ञानमोक्षदं महापापहरं देवं तं सूर्यं प्रणमाम्यहम् येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। Astu. So kArakam. So in the last class, we were on page number 25. We completed 8 cases where how the karma sanya will be given to a word. We have discussed. The 9th one is the default option. Like normally, when do we, when does a word get dvitiya vibhakti? When does karma padam? When does a word get a karma sanya? And when it gets the karma sanya in the anich form, in the nich form, what happens to the kartrupadam? In the anich dhatu, the kartrupadam gets prathama vibhakti. Why? Because it is abhihitam. It is abhihitam. In the second form, in the nich, when the dhatu takes the nich form, the same kartrupadam gets the tritiya vibhakti. Why? Because here it is not abhihitam. The kartrupadam of the nich form, of the anich form, in the nich form, it will become the tritiya vibhakti. It will get tritiya vibhakti. Why? Because it is anabhihite. By that, based on that. So that is the basic form when a kartrupadam gets tritiya vibhakti. But here, since in the nich form we have prayojya karta and the prayojaka karta, so the prayojya karta will get the tritiya vibhakti. Okay. So that is where we stop. That is the general form, and we have seen all the other forms where the prayojya karta, whether it will get a dvitiya vibhakti or not. That those we have discussed so far. When it will get the karma sanya and by what sutra it will get karma sanya. we discussed. So here there is another case where the word when will it get the karma sanya is discussed. So there is another sutra for this, several sutras. Let us see. So we are again on page number 25 of the Kharaka book. Harihi Vaikuntham Adhishete. Adhyapakah Vidyalayam Adhitishtati. Chhatrah Chhatravasam Adhyaste. So Adhishing Sthasam Karma. Adhi with especially when it is used with the shing dhatu, stha dhatu and as dhatu. Adhi here is the upasarga. So when this upasarga adhi, when it is used with these three dhatus, shing dhatu, stha dhatu and as dhatu, then the word which could have been the adhara, the word which could have got the adhikarana karakam, adhikarana sanya, will get karma sanya. Okay, so this is the Paniniya Sutra. Adhipurvanam esham adharaha karmasyat. Adhi ityupasarga purvakasya shin dhatoho stha dhatoho as dhatoho cha adharaha karma sanyam prapnoti. This you all know. In the Pravesha level itself, you have studied where we studied Parvati Kailase Tishtati. Parvati Kailasam Adhitishtati. Whenever we get Adhi, the word which indicates the Adhikarana gets the Karma Sanya. But of course, at that point, we did not study the Paniniya Sutras or what a Karma Sanya is or what a Karakam is. We did not. We simply remembered that whenever there is Adhi, the word which could have been in the locative case will get the Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay, the same thing here we are looking through the sutra aspect. So Harihi Vaikuntham Adhishete. Atra Adhi ityupasarga purvakah shing dhato prayuktah adhishete iti. Shayananukula vyaparaha adhishete iti asya artha. Harihi atra karta. Kartrudvara shayananukula vyaparasya adharaha Vaikuntha. So whatever adhara, adhikarana karakam, when do we assign it to a word? Whenever, where that kriya is happening. Through that kriya, which is the one that is supporting that kriya. So here, shete means sleeping. Where is he sleeping? In Vaikuntham. So Vaikuntham should get adhikarana karakam. But here, because of this sutra, कर्तृद्वारा शयनानुकूलव्यापारस्य आधारः वैकुण्ठः अतः अधिकरणसंज्ञा प्राप्ता वैकुण्ठस्य. So normally the word Vaikuntha should get adhikaranasanya. Tam adhikaranasanyam nishidhya prakrita sutrena karma sanya vidhiyate. As per this prakrita sutra, this current sutra, the adhikaranasanya is prohibited and the karma sanya is assigned to it. Ataha Vaikuntha Shabdat Dvitiya Karmani Dvitiya iti sutrena. Okay, so once it gets the karma sanya, the Dvitiya Vibhakti is given to that word by this Karmani Dvitiya Sutra. So here Harihi Vaikuntham Adhishete. The next example is Namrata Bhagini. You have a question? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a question?
No.
Okay. Okay. Adhyapakah Vidyalayam Adhitishtati. Atra Adhi ityupasargapurvakah sthadhatuhu prayuktah adhitishtati iti. Sthityanukula adhitishtati iti asya arthaha. Adhyapakotra karta. Adhyapakah atra karta. Kartrudvara Sthityanukula vyaparasya adharaha vidyalayah. So here Vidyalayam adhitishtati, Vidyalaye tishtati. So here it is the stha dhatu. And what is the vyapara of this dhatu? To be there, to just be there. So Sthityanukula vyaparaha adhitishtati iti asya arthaha. Adhyapakaha atra karta. Kartrudvara Sthityanukula vyaparasya adharaha vidyalayah. So where is he? In Vidyalaya. So Vidyalaya, will be the adhara, and it should get adhikarana sanya. Ataha adhikarana sanyam prapta vidyalayasya. Tam adhikarana sanyam nishidhya prakrita sutrena karma sanya vidhiyate. Ataha vidyalaya shabdat dvitiya karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. So as per this sutra, the adhikarana sanya is prohibited and only the karma sanya is assigned to the vidyalaya shabda. And after the karma sanya is assigned, it will get dvitiya vibhakti by the sutra karmani dvitiya. Chhatraha chhatravasam adhyaste. So here atra adhi ityupasarga purvakaha as dhatuhu prayuktaha adhyaste iti. Okay, so adhi upasarga as dhatu, we get adhyaste. Again, this also is of the same meaning, to be there. Sthityanukula vyaparaha adhyaste iti asya arthaha. Chhatraha atra karta. Kartrudvara sthityanukula vyaparasya adharaha chhatravasaha. So chhatravasaha is like a hostel, okay, where the students stay. So here the by the vyapara of the dhatu, staying, chhatravasaha becomes the adhara of that kriya. Ataha adhikarana sanyam prapta chhatravasasya. So normally it should have been assigned adhikarana sanya. Tam adhikarana sanyam nishidhya prakrita sutrena karma sanya vidhiyate. But by this sutra, it gets karma sanya. And once it gets karma sanya, it will get dvitiya vibhakti by the sutra karmani dvitiya. Ataha chhatravasa shabdat dvitiya karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. So that is the next case where a word gets karma sanya by this sutra, adhishin sthasam karma. Okay, the adhi purvaka, upasarga purvaka, shin dhatu, stha dhatu, as dhatu. These three dhatus, when they are joined with the upasarga adhi, they will get karma sanya. Normally, those dhatus would have got the words associated or the words indicating the adhikarana would have got the adhikarana sanya, but because of this sutra, they get the karma sanya. Okay. And then we have Balaha Sanmargam Abhinivishate. Abhinivishascha. So this also is being added to that list. That is when we simply get sutra Abhinivishascha. That cha at the end indicates this also. Okay. So this also will be joined along with the previous dhatus and the upasarga purvaka dhatus. And it will also get the karma sanya. The words which would have got the adhikarana sanya will get karma sanya when they are used with the kriya padam, with the dhatu, vish dhatu, but with abhi and ni upasarga. Here two upasargas are there. Abhi and ni. Abhi ni vishascha. So abhini iti etat sanghatasya vishatehe adharaha karmasyat. Vishatehe, vish dhatoho. Okay. So that is vish dhatoho adharaha, the adhara of that dhatu, the word which would have got the adhara adhikarana sanya of that dhatu. Okay, so vishatehe adharaha karmasyat. That word will get the karma sanya. Abhi ityekaha upasargaha. Ni iti aparaha upasargaha. Abhini iti upasargadvayapurvakasya vish dhatoho adharaha karma sanyam prapnoti. Abhi plus ni ityeva vivakshitam natu ni abhi iti. So it has to be, the order also is important here. Abhi and then ni. Only in that order they have to be used, not ni and abhi. Then the adhara of that vish dhatu will get the karma sanya. When we say adhara of the vish dhatu, what it means is, in that sentence, the word which indicates the location where that action is happening, okay, that is referred to as the adhara. Normally, adhara gets the saptami vibhakti, adhikarana. By getting the adhikarana sanya, it will get saptami vibhakti. But here, the adhikarana sanya is prohibited and karma sanya is assigned. Okay, so this is also added to the previous list. Anantaram. Balaha sanmargam abhinivishate. So this is an example of abhinivish dhatu. Atra abhini ityupasargadvayapurvakah vish dhatuh prayuktah abhinivishate iti. आग्रहानुकूल व्यापारः अभिनिविशते इति अस्य अर्थः. आग्रहानुकूल means, so abhinivishate is to taking up, wish is to enter, wish dhatoho artah pravesham. But whenever we add the upasargas, the meanings will change a little bit. Even in the previous case, also in the previous dhatu, in the previous list of dhatus, there we don't have this. There we don't have, and all those, the shete or the tishtati or the as dhatu, the adhi is only promoting the meaning of the dhatu. There is no much difference in the meaning of the dhatu by adding the upasarga. It is only enhancing the meaning. Sometimes upasargas enhance the meaning of the dhatu, whereas sometimes they suggest the opposite, like gachati and agachati, like that. In some cases, they will change a little bit. Okay. And sometimes they will be totally different. So here, by adding this abhi and ni to the vish dhatu, it is still similar. Vish means to pravesham, vish dhatoho arthaha. But by adding these two also, it is kind of close to the same meaning. So sanmargam abhinivishate means he is taking up this sanmargam, entering into this sanmargam. In that way we can say, take. So here agrahanukula vyaparaha indicates taking up or insisting, like forcing ourselves, or insisting, not forcing like in a negative sense, but taking it up with commitment, you can say. Okay, so agrahanukula vyaparaha abhinivishate iti asya arthaha. Balaha atra karta. Kartrudvara agrahanukula vyaparasya adharaha sanmargah. Sanmargam. So here he is entering or taking up this new sanmargam. So here sanmarga would have been the adhikarana. It would have become vishayadhikarana. But here ataha adhikarana sanya prapta sanmargasya. Tam adhikarana sanyam nishidhya prakrita sutrena karma sanya vidhiyate. Ataha sanmarga shabdat dvitiya karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. Okay, so it gets dvitiya vibhakti by the karmani dvitiya sutra. But why? How did it get the karma sanya? By the sutra abhinivishascha. By this sutra, this vish dhato abhi and ni purvaka vish dhatoho will get the adhara, the word which could have gotten the adhikarana karakam or adhikarana sanya gets the karma sanya. So we get sanmargam abhinivishate. But here let us see pape abhiniveshaha, kalyane abhiniveshaha ityadi prayogadarshanaat kvachit dvitiya na bhavati. Tatra idam karanam. So here you see certain applications like pape abhiniveshaha, kalyane abhiniveshaha. So here papam, here it is not sanmargam. He is entering the wrong path. Or kalyane abhiniveshaha. Such prayogas we see. So here the dvitiya vibhakti is not happening. So what is the reason? Abhinivishascha ityatra purva sutrat anyatarasyam iti anuvritya vyavasthita vibhashancha ashritya kvachit na iti vyavastha krita vyakaraihi. So like I said, Panini's sutras only explicitly state certain things, and all other things we have to understand implicitly. But since we cannot understand implicitly, the Vartikakaras come into picture and they write some Vartikas explicitly stating some of the things which are not stated in the sutra. And then we have these Vyakyanakaras who also write Vyakyanas on certain things, on how it is when there are no Vartikams, or sometimes even when the Vartikams are there, they add more with examples, and in the Mahabhashyam and all. So here what is being said is, we still see some cases where along with the Abhinivesh Dhatu, the word which could have gotten the Adhara is still in Adhikarana Karakam only. So we see the applications like Pape Abhinivesha, Kalyane Abhinivesha, like that. So how can we explain that? For that, there is another sutra called Anyatarasyam. That we have to take as Anuvritya, Vyavasthita Vibhashancha. Okay, Vyavasthita means that Vyavastha that is already there, Vibhashancha. Okay, so there is certain Vibhasha also means like Vikalpena. Ashritya kvachit na iti vyavastha krita vyakhyana karaihi. So by the Vyakhyana karas, what has been said was kvachit, in some places or in certain cases, this does not happen. Means the Adhara will not get Adhikarana, will not get the Karma Sanya as per this sutra. It will still remain as Adhikarana Karakam only. Adhikarana Sanya eva bhavati. That is what is given by some Vyakhyana karas. So by that we have to take that in certain cases. So here, since they have not given like a rule, so in this kind of case only the karma sanya will not happen. So like that, it is not explicitly stated for which words the karma sanya happens and which words it does not happen. So we just have to be aware that in certain cases the karma sanya will not be assigned. It will go ahead with the adhikarana sanya only. Okay, but we will come across such applications where with Abhinivesha, we still see Adhikarana Sanya only, not the Karma Sanya. So then we have to remember that certain Vibhasha also means Vikalpena, means sometimes it happens and sometimes it does not happen. So based on that, in some cases, still we can see the Adhikarana Sanya only, okay, based on the Vyakhyana Karas. So that vyavastha is there, that we have to understand. Okay. So any questions so far?
Ma'am, Anyatarasya.
Anyatarasyam. That is also, that Anyatarasyam is also Anuvritti. It is a word used in Paniniya Sutras, which is taken as Anuvritti into this sutra. So based on that, we are saying that certain words which get the Adhikarana Sanya will not change into Karma Sanya. Based on that word, that is how we have to understand that certain words do not change into Karma Sanya. By that, we have to take that as Anuvritti. This is as given by the Vyakhyana Karas.
అంటే ఇక్కడ ద్వితీయ రావాల్సిన చోట సప్తమే వస్తుందని.
Bhagini?
ఇక్కడ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి రావాల్సిన చోట సప్తమి విభక్తి వస్తుందని.
యాక్చువల్ గా మనం ఇప్పుడు చదివేది ఏంటంటే నార్మల్లీ దట్ షుడ్ గెట్ సప్తమి ఓన్లీ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సూత్ర అభినివిశశ్చ అండ్ దిస్ అధిషీన్స్థాసాం కర్మ. Because of this sutra only, the word which should have got the adhikarana sanya and which should have been in saptami vibhakti is getting karma sanya and getting dvitiya vibhakti. So this itself is a special case. But in some cases, that change will not happen. Especially with Abhinivish Dhatu. Especially with Abhinivish Dhatu, we still see some prayogas where the Adhikarana, the Adhara word, the word which indicates the Adhara or Adhikarana Sanya, will not get the Karma Sanya. So normally when we say Parvati Kailase Vasati, Parvati or Vyagraha Vane Tishtati. This is the normal case. But with this Adhi Upasarga, when Adhi Upasarga is used along with these three dhatus, Sheen Dhatu, Stha Dhatu, and As Dhatu. With these three dhatus, when Adhi is used, then the word which normally gets the Adhikarana Sanya will get Karma Sanya as per this dhatu. That is why we say Parvati Kailasam Adhitishtati. We cannot say Parvati Kailasam Tishtati. We cannot say that. And we cannot say Parvati Kailase Adhitishtati. That also we cannot say. So when we use Adhi, Kailasa will get Karma Sanya and it will be in Dvitiya Vibhakti only. This is a special case. This is a special case. That is why we are stating it in the sutra. It is given in the sutra by Panini, because normally Adhikarana, whichever word indicates Adhikarana, gets a Saptami Vibhakti. But because with Adhi Upasarga, for these three dhatus, the Karma Sanya is assigned. So that is the case we are studying here. Similarly with Adhinivishat, Adhinivish dhatu also. The Vish dhatu along with Adhi and Ni Upasarga also behaves similarly. Like in the Adhishin Stha Adhishin Sthasam Karma. Like that only. Like how Adhi Upasarga along with Sheen and Stha and As dhatu, like how they get the Karma Sanya for the Adhara word. Similarly, Adhinivish dhatu also, the Adhara of this dhatu also will get Karma Sanya. These are all the special cases where a word is getting Karma Sanya. Normally, they should have gotten Adhikarana Sanya, but it is getting Karma Sanya. But in certain cases, it will not get Karma Sanya. It will remain like how it is normally, which is Saptami Vibhakti. So Saptami Vibhakti is not a special case here. That is how it is normally. These are all the special cases when the word gets Karma Sanya. But we can still see that normal Saptami Vibhakti only, where the word, the Adhara word does not get Karma Sanya. So that is why they remain in Saptami Vibhakti. But there, in some cases, it has been stated by the Vyakyanakaras that here and there you will still see some applications where the Adhara word, which is used along with this Adhinivish dhatu, remains in the Saptami Vibhakti only because of the Adhikarana Sanya. That word will not get the Karma Sanya. Here we are all, in all these cases, we are seeing where a word gets Karma Sanya. Though it is not the Mukhya Karma, though it is not the, normally a word gets Karma Sanya when it is the Ipsitatamam, right? Whatever the Karta desires the most through his karma, through his Kriya, that is the word which gets the Karma Sanya. That is the basic rule for Karma. But there are other cases where a word can get Karma Sanya. These are all not desired by the Karta or on which he does the action. It is not like that. But there are certain cases where the words get Karma Sanya and because of the Karma Sanya get Dvitiya Vibhakti. So these cases we are studying, and this is one such case. The word which indicates the Adhikarana also gets Karma Sanya only in these cases, only for these dhatus, and those dhatus also only with that upasarga. Without that upasarga, again, the adhara word does not get the karma sanya. That is why we say vyagraha vane tishtati. Only when the stha dhatu gets adhi, upasarga, adhitishtati, when it becomes adhitishtati, then vyagraha vanam adhitishtati. We have to say, only then the vana gets the karma sanya. Normally it gets adhikarana sanya. But only when these three dhatus, when they are used with this upasarga, only then the adhikarana, adhara gets the karma sanya instead of adhikarana sanya. And because of karma sanya, they get dvitiya vibhakti. Similarly, for the adhinivish dhatu also, the adhara of this dhatu gets karma sanya. But here and there, you still see where the karma sanya is not given to the adhara. That we have to just take it like because we have this anyatarasyam. This word we have to take as anuvritti and vibhashancha. So vibhasha always means vikalpena, or sometimes it may not happen. In that sense, we have to take. So vyavasthita vibhashancha ashritya. Okay, whatever is already there in this vyavastha, in this sutra vyavastha. So there is this vibhasha. So based on this anyatarasyam, which indicates the vibhasha in this vyavastha, kvachit na iti vyavastha krita vyakyanakarai. So based on these two factors given, the vyakyanakaras also indicate that for in certain cases the adhara, the word which indicates the adhara does not get the karma sanya, it remains with the adhikarana sanya only. Okay.
Madam, shall I tell one point just to say for simple understanding?
Yes, Mahodaya.
This Vyagraha Vane Tishtati. That is, Puli Vanamulo Untundi ani. వ్యాఘ్రః వనం అధితిష్టతి. అక్కడ అధితిష్టతి అన్నప్పుడు ఉంటుంది అని కాకుండా పాలిస్తుంది అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. అంటే మన సూత్రాలు కాకుండా ఒకప్పుడు ధాతువుల యొక్క అర్థం కూడా ఎలా మారుతుందో తెలుసుకుంటే, సూత్రాల వల్ల జనరల్ గా అసలు పాని సూత్రాలు ఫాలో అయితే ఇది గ్రామటికల్ గాను. బట్ ఇది దానికి చెప్పాల్సి వస్తే ఇలాగా పరిపాలిస్తుంది. అధితిష్టది అంటే పరిపాలిస్తుందని. అలాగే నృపః సింహాసనే తిష్టతి. దట్ ఈస్ ఓకే. నృపః సింహాసనం అధితిష్టతి. దట్ ఈస్ నృపః రాజ్యే తిష్టతి. నృపః రాజ్యం అధితిష్టతి. లైక్ దట్ when you say adhi, as you add to the dhatu tishtati, it will change the meaning to just కూర్చోవడం ఆరు ఉండడం కాకుండా పరిపాలిస్తున్నాడు అనే అర్థం వచ్చేస్తుంది. అలా అయితే మనకి ఇది తిష్టతి అనే అనుకుంటే మనకి ఈజీగా తెలుస్తుంది. అలాగే సేతేకి పడుకుంటాడు, లేకపోతే ఎప్పుడు పడుకుంటాడు, లేకపోతే యోగం అలా అయితే చెప్తే అవి విష్ణు వైకుంఠే సేతే, దట్ ఈజ్ ఓకే. విష్ణు వైకుంఠం అధిసేతే అంటే అక్కడ కొద్దిగా సరి అయిన తెలుగులో అర్థం అధిసేతే అన్నప్పుడు ఎలా తెలుగులో అర్థం వస్తుంది అది కూడా మీకు తెలిస్తే, ఒకవేళ సూత్రం గుర్తున్నా గుర్తుపోయినా మీకు తిష్టతి అధితిష్టతి. తిష్టతి అంటే కూర్చోవడం, అధితిష్టతి అంటే పరిపాలించడం. దేన్ని పరిపాలిస్తున్నాడు? అప్పుడు కర్మ రావాలి, అంటే ద్వితీయనే రావాలి. అది మనకి అలా కూడా మైండ్ లో బాగా పడుతుంది.
Correct, Mahodaya. Kakapate, here in this second case where we have this abhinivishna, for the abhinivishna.
Okay.
Such
That
kind of.
this is all separate. I am telling only with application to adhitishtati. Similarly, adhisete. Sete and adhisete, what is the difference in meaning in Telugu as well as English or Hindi? Also, we should know the meaning, how it is changing how the upasarga is changing the meaning. Instead of just sete means senim karoti. Instead of senim karoti, sete. అధిచేతే మీన్స్ is there any meaning, separate meaning? వైకుంఠే యోగ నిద్రలో ఉండడం అలా ఏదో వస్తు రావడం వల్ల వైకుంఠం అది ఇక్కడ కర్మ అది సమ్ మీనింగ్ అటువంటి మీనింగ్స్ కూడా మనకు తెలిస్తే మనకి సూత్రం ఆధారంతో ఒక పద్ధతి, అది గ్రామటికల్ గాను. అర్థం అయితే కూడా మనకి అక్కడ కర్మ అదే వస్తుందని తెలుస్తుంది. రాజ్యాన్నే పరిపాలిస్తూ ఉంటాడు. అందుకు అక్కడ రాజ్యమును అన్నప్పుడు తెలుగులో కూడా మనకి ద్వితీయ విభక్తి వచ్చింది కదా, అది నేను.
అవును, కరెక్టే మీరు చెప్పింది. బట్ because if we say that again they will try to figure out the meaning, even for this abhinivish. So here, since that distinction is not there, we have to try to understand
abhinivish except because it is in both forms, we cannot apply that rule.
Yes,
but
that is right.
Seeing and sete, but these two, how the upsarga is changing the meaning, if you know, then you may directly also say it is karma dutiya is more effective.
We can correlate the meanings in Telugu. Yeah, but here since we have people from other languages also. So here we will go only with the Paniniya Sutras. So as per that, these can be taken. So Surya Bhagini,
Okay.
you understand? Surya Bhagini.
అర్థమైందండి.
Okay.
That is in Hindi, if you want to say, व्याघ्र वन को पालता है. अधिष्ठित means पालता है. परिपालता है. परिपालयति, परिपालता है. One को, that को also is coming in Hindi.
Okay. So again, going back to the 12th case. So here, Bahavaha Nagaram Adhivasanti. Balaha Griham Avasati. So here there is another sutra, Upanvadhyang Vasaha. Okay, Upadi Purvasya Vasatehe Adharaha Karmasyat. Upanvadhyang Vasaha is the sutra here. So Upa and Adhi, sorry, Anu and Adhi, three are there here. Upa, Anu and Adhi. These are the three upasargas that are there, and Ang also actually, four are there. These four upasargas, when used with the Vas dhatu, the adhara of that dhatu will get the karma sanya. So Upa upasarga purvakasya, Anu upasarga purvakasya, Adhi upasarga purvakasya, Ang upasarga purvakasya cha vas dhatoho adharaha karma syat. Okay, as per this sutra, these four upasargas, when used with the vas dhatu, the adhara of that dhatu will get adhikarana, will get the karma sanya. So the first example is Bahavaha Nagaram Adhivasanti. So Adhi with the vas dhatu. Atra Adhi upasarga purvakasya vas dhatoho prayogaha kritaha. Vasanukula vyaparaha adhivasati iti asya arthaha. Bahavaha atra vakye kartaraha. So here we have the vas dhatu. What does it mean? Residing or living. So vasanukula vyaparaha adhivasati iti asya arthaha. So here bahavaha will become the kartrupadam. Kartrudvara vasanukula vyaparasya adharaha nagaram. So where are these people living? In the nagaram. So nagaram should get the adhikarana sanya. But ataha atra nagarasya adhikarana sanya prapta. Tam adhikarana sanyam nishidhya prakrita sutrena karma sanya vidhiyate. Ataha nagara shabdat dvitiya karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. So here, because of this sutra, the Nagara Shabda will not get Adhikarana Sanya, it will get Karma Sanya. And after that, it will get Dvitiya by the sutra Karmani Dvitiya. Similarly, Balaha Griham Avasati. So here, this is A Upasarga. Atra Ang Upasarga Purvakaha Vas Dhatuhu Prayuktaha. Vasanukula Vyaparaha Avasati Ityasya Arthaha. Balaha Atra Karta. कर्तृद्वारा वासानुकूलव्यापारस्य आधारः गृहम्. अतः अत्र गृहस्य अधिकरणसंज्ञा प्राप्ता. So avasati also means to reside. So where is the boy residing? In the house. So the griha shabda should have gotten adhara or adhikarana sanya. But as per this sutra, the adhikarana sanya is prohibited and it gets karma sanya. Tam adhikarana sanyam nishidhya प्रकृत सूत्रेण कर्म संज्ञा विधीयते. अतः गृह शब्दात् द्वितीया कर्मणि द्वितीया इति सूत्रेण. एवं बालः गृहम् अनुवसति, बालिका गृहम् उपवसति इति प्रयोगः अपि. उपवसति इत्यस्य वासं करोति, उपवासं करोति इति अर्थद्वयम् अस्ति. So upavasati. So here adhivasati, avasati, all these are fine. Anuvasati, all these are fine. But when we say upavasati, it has two meanings. One is to reside, and the other one is to do upavasam, like go without food, right? Upavasam, you all know. So here two meanings are there. So to clarify that, when it is taken in the sense of not eating food, like upavasam, then the karma sanya will not be given. So that is by this vartikam. Abhuktyarthasya na. Okay. So here अर्थद्वयम् उपवसति इत्यस्य वासं करोति उपवासं करोति इति अर्थद्वयम् अस्ति तत्र वासं करोति इत्यर्थकधातोः योगे कर्मसंज्ञा भवति only in the sense of vasam karoti like residing only then the adhara will get the karma sanya upavasam karoti ityarthaka vas dhatoho prayoge tu karma sanya na. If the vas dhatu along with the upasarga when it is used in the sense of upavasam like fasting then the karma sanya is not given to the adhara by this vartika abhuktyarthasya na इति वार्तिकम् अत्र प्रमाणम् अतः वने उपवसति इति प्रयोगः अरण्ये उपवासं करोति इति अर्थः. Okay, so here vane upavasati. So here you have to see if it is given vanam upavasati, because vanam is given in the dvitiya vibhakti, we have to understand the upavasati is indicating the nivasa, whereas vane upavasati, if you find anywhere the application as vane upavasati, then we have to take the meaning of upavasati as fasting. So he is fasting in the forest. But if it is given vanam upavasati, oh, he is residing in the forest. Like that we have to take. So the vasdhatoho upa with upasarga upa, it has two meanings. One is to reside and the other one is to fast. When it is taken in the sense of fasting, then the adhara will not get the karma sanya by this vartika. If it is taken in the sense of residing, then it will get karma sanya as per our sutra. Upan vadhyang vasaha. Okay, by that sutra, the adhara word will get the karma sanya and it will get dvitiya vibhakti. But if it is taken in the fasting sense, the adhara word will not get karma sanya. So it will still be vane upavasati. Astu. So by this we completed all the cases where a word can get karma sanya. And after getting karma sanya, it will get dvitiya vibhakti by karmani dvitiya. So these are all the cases where a word gets karma sanya. It is important for you to understand that a word gets karma sanya. A word gets dvitiya vibhakti if it has karma sanya, or sometimes even without getting karma sanya also it will get dvitiya vibhakti. Okay, when it is getting dvitiya vibhakti because of karma sanya, that is when those are the cases we have covered so far. Now there will be cases where a word gets dvitiya vibhakti even when it does not get the karma sanya. So such cases are covered under upapada vibhakti, upapada dvitiya. Okay, it is because of its association with certain words. The word which is getting dvitiya vibhakti is because of its association with certain words. Because of that, it gets the dvitiya vibhakti. So when does it get that? We'll see. What are all the words that promote this particular word to get the dvitiya vibhakti? Those are called upapada dvitiya. These are not karaka dvitiya. Karaka dvitiya is only when a word gets karma karaka sanya. Karma sanya means karma karaka sanya. Only when they get the karma sanya, and because of that karma sanya, when they get dvitiya vibhakti, that dvitiya vibhakti is called karaka dvitiya. When a word gets dvitiya vibhakti just because of its association with other words and not because of the karma sanya, then that dvitiya vibhakti is called upapada dvitiya. Okay, so far we have seen 12 cases where how a word can get karma sanya so far. Okay, and for each of those we have a sutra. So that also you just make a note of all the sutras that make the word get karma sanya. That way it will become easy. And whenever you are reading a sentence and whenever you see a word in dvitiya vibhakti, try to identify if that word has karma sanya or not. Okay, if it has karma sanya, by which sutra it is getting karma sanya, that also you try to figure out. So that way you will get a hold on using the sutras, applying the sutras to our context. Okay, so upapada dvitiya. Masam mangalotsavaha. saptaham adhite, masam gudadhanaha, yojanam kutila nadi, yojanam pathati, yojanam parvataha. कालाध्वनोरत्यंत संयोगे, कालाध्वनोरत्यंत संयोगे, इह द्वितीया स्यात्. So this is a sutra again, Paniniya sutra. Here adhva means margah. Kalasya adhvanascha gunena kriyaya dravyena cha nirantara sanyoge gamye kalasya adhvanascha dvitiya bhavati. Okay, so here two things are there. One is kala and the other one is adhva. Means kala, you know kala, time, indicating time, words which indicate time. And adhva means that which indicates a marga. For these two words, or for the words which indicate kala and adhva, when they are joined with words that indicate guna, kriya or dravya, Nirantara Sanyoga should be there, not a partial Sanyoga. Nirantara Sanyoga should be there. Then the word which is indicating Kala or which is indicating Adhva will get Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay. Once we see the examples, you will understand better. But remember, here we are having two mappings. One side we have the words which indicate Kala, Kala Vachaka Shabdaha, and then Adhva, words which are indicating Marga. Okay. So here we have two sets of words, one which indicate the Kala, the other which indicate the Marga, Adhva. Now these words, when they are joined or when they are used, not joined, when they are used along with words which indicate guna or kriya or dravya. Dravya is like material, like everything that you see here is dravya in this world. Kriya and then guna. When they are used along with these words, then the words indicating the kala and the adhva will get dvitiya vibhakti. They don't get karma sanya. Here we are no longer talking about karma sanya. They simply get dvitiya vibhakti. Okay. So let us see. Evancha gunakriya dravyaihi kalasya sanyoge trini udaharanani advanaha sanyoge trini udaharanani sambhavanti. So we have two sets of words, I said. One set indicating words indicating the kala, words indicating the adhva. And then each of the words when used along with the guna, kriya or dravya, they get dvitiya vibhakti. So here we have 2 by 3. So 6 examples will be given. Let us see. Masam Mangalotsavaha. Mangalyam Gunaha. Okay, Mangalyam is a Gunavachaka Shabda. It is indicating Mangalam, means auspiciousness, you can say. Right? Mangalyena Nirantara Sanyogaha Masasya. So the whole month is like auspicious, you can say. For example, that Mangalyam, that Gunaha is spread out throughout the month. Like an occasion is happening in your house. So all of that month, there is full celebration. Every day you are celebrating in a certain way, or there is a festival. Okay, like that we have certain cases where the whole month is celebrated in a Mangalakara way. So Mangalyena Nirantara Sanyogaha Masasya. So we are indicating this Gunavachaka Shabda to that whole month. And Masa is a Kalavachaka Shabda. Ataha Masat Dvitiya Prakrita Sutrena. So the Masa Shabda, which is a Kalavachaka Shabda, is getting Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay, because it is associated with a word which is indicating Guna. It is not just the Mangala Shabda. It is not only this word. Any word which indicates the Gunavachaka. Any word which indicates a Gunavachaka, Gunam. With that word, when it is joined, the Kalavachaka Shabda gets Dvitiya Vibhakti. Here, Mangalyam is a Guna. And this Mangalyam, this Guna is spread all over that month. So with the Kalavachaka. So the Kalavachaka Shabda will get the Dvitiya Vibhakti. So Masam Mangalotsavaha. Here Masa Shabda is getting Dvitiya Vibhakti because of this sutra. Mase ekadinam api anapahaya Mangalotsavaha ityarthaha. So in that entire month it should be spanned. Even if one day that Mangalatvam is not there, Mangalyam is not there, then this does not apply. It has to spread all over the month completely. Only then we use this. Anantaram, Saptaham Adhite. So we are seeing for the Kalavachaka Shabdas, we are seeing a Guna, association with a Gunavachaka Shabda, association with the Kriyavachaka Shabda, and association with a Dravyavachaka Shabda. So first we already saw association with the Gunavachaka Shabda, the Kalavachaka Shabda got Dvitiya Vibhakti. Now we are seeing Kriyavachaka Shabda, a Kalavachaka Shabda in association with a Kriyavachaka Shabda. Saptaham adhite. Adhite means adhyayanam karoti. So here this is a kriya vachaka shabda. It is indicating kriya. So for how long did he study? For the whole week. Adhyayanam kriya. Adhyayana kriyaya nirantara sanyogah saptahasya. All 7 days, morning to evening. Okay, the complete adhyayanam has been going on. Ataha saptahat prakrita sutrena dvitiya. Because of this Kalavachaka Shabda's association with a Kriyavachaka Shabda, the Kalavachaka Shabda gets Dvitiya Vibhakti. Saptahe ekamapi dinam anapahaya pathati ityarthaha. So without leaving even one day, anapahaya means without leaving even one day, all 7 days that Adhyayanam happened. Only in such case, the Kalavachaka Shabda. That is why that Nirantara Sanyoga, the word Nirantara Sanyoga is mentioned. It has a special importance here. Not simply association for 1 day or 2 days, or almost he studied for 6 days. Only 1 day he did not study. So can you still say that Nirantara Sanyoga is there? It is not. For 1 day that Sanyoga is not there. So in that case, this rule does not apply. Only when there is Nirantara Sanyoga. So this application itself indicates the emphasis that you are putting on that Nirantara Sanyoga. So when you say Saptaham Adhite, Ramaha Saptaham Adhite, when you use this application, you are not only simply using it as per the sutra, you are emphasizing on the fact that he studied for the entire Saptaham. He did not leave even one single day. So this application is used in that sense, okay, to indicate the importance of how much of effort has been put. Okay. Anantaram masam gudadhanaha. Gudadhanaha is dravyam. Like guda is jaggery and dhana is like grains. So gudascha dhanascha. Gudadhanaha. Dhanaha is bhrishtayavaha. And gudadhanaha dravyam. Okay, so this is a dravyam, a material. Dravya bhutaihi gudadhanaihi Nirantara Sanyogaha Masasya. Ataha Masat Dvitiya Prakrita Sutrena. Mase Ekamapi Dinam Anapahaya Gudadhanaha Santi Ityarthaha. So Masam Gudadhanaha. So say somebody was providing the Gudadhana to some cattle. So every single day there was enough grain for the whole month. So that much of grain that Gudadhanaha was given by some donor, say for example. So he gave grain enough for a month. Completely, not even one day there was shortage for the cattle. Say for example, something like that, right? So in that case, Masam Gudadhanaha. So he gave grains enough for a complete month, not even with a little shortage. In that sense, we can use this. So here we have seen the Kalavachaka Shabda in association with Dravyavachaka, Gunavachaka, and Kriyavachaka. Now let us see Adhva Vachaka Shabdas in association with, again, Dravyavachaka Shabdas, Kriyavachaka Shabdas, and Gunavachaka Shabdas. Adhvatyanta Sanyoge Udaharanani. Yojanam Kutila Nadi. So Marga, they indicate Marga. Adhva means Marga, right? Distance also we can say. Distance of a place. So yojanam kutila nadi. Yojanam is a adva vachaka shabda. It is indicating the distance of a marga. Yojana duram we say. Okay, it indicates a distance. Kutila nadi. So here kutila means crooked. The river is flowing, not in a straight line, but in a crooked path for a yojana distance. Okay. So here Kautilyam nama gunaha. So here kutila is a guna, right? Tena nirantaram sanyogaha yojanasya. So for one yojana distance, this crookedness is there. So the association of the word yojana is with kutila. Sutre adva shabdena adva parimanam vivakshitam. So in the sutra we have this sutra, right? In this where do we have this? Kaladhvanoratyanta sanyoge. Kala adva atyanta sanyoge. Kaladhvanaha atyanta sanyoge. So atyanta sanyoga is that nirantara sanyoga, that complete what do you say, association, the complete association without leaving even a little bit. So nirantara sanyogam. So here that yojana or sanyoga is of the word yojana with the kutila. For that complete yojana duram, for a distance of 1 yojana, this river is crooked. Okay, so that complete sanyoga is there. So sutre adva shabdena adva parimanam vivakshitam. So we have to take by the yojana, which is indicating the adva shabda, for that much of parimanam, means distance, measurement. Parimanam means measurement. So that is what is indicated. Vivakshitam, that is what is being expressed. Ataha yojanat dvitiya prakrita sutrena dirgha cha nadi yojanam abhivyapya avichannataya vakra ityarthaha. Dirgha cha nadi yojanam means for a distance of 1 yojanam, that nadi abhivyapya. So that it is occupying that whole of yojanam, avichannataya vakra, even without leaving a small bit, or it is being identified. Avichannata means like identification or a border kind of thing you can take. Okay, where it ends, or where it can be separated by that quality. That is called avichannata. Vakra ityarthaha. So for this yojana distance, this nadi can be identified for exactly for that distance. It can be identified as vakra. Avichannataya vakra ityarthaha. So here kutila is the word, the gunavachaka shabda, which is being used with adva vachaka shabda, marga vachaka shabda. Okay. Now we'll see the same adva vachaka shabda with kriya vachaka shabda. Yojanam pathati. Pathanam kriya. Pathana kriyaya nirantara sanyogaha yojanam. Ataha yojanat dvitiya prakrita sutrena. Kaschit gachan yojanam abhivyapya nirantaram pathati ityarthaha. Sometimes you see children, right? They are reading as they are walking to school. They are constantly reading as they are walking to school. So here you can relate to such a situation. Yojanam pathati. So as he is going for that distance of 1 yojana, constantly he has been reciting something, his lessons or shlokas or whatever. That nirantara sanyoga is there. Not even a bit of that length is left without him studying. So here the adva vachaka shabda, when used in association with a kriya vachaka shabda, it gets dvitiya vibhakti. Again, remember, these are only because of the associations. Then here the word does not get the karma sanya. Okay, the yojana adva vachaka shabda kriya vachaka shabdena nirantara sanyogam asti, ataha adva vachaka shabdasya dvitiya vibhaktihi bhavati. Anantaram, what is left? Dravya. So adva vachaka shabdasya dravya vachaka shabdasya sanyogam should happen. So let us see. Yojanam parvataha. Parvataha dravyam. द्रव्यभूतेन पर्वतेन निरन्तरसंयोगः योजनस्य अतः योजनात् द्वितीया प्रकृतसूत्रेण योजनम् अभिव्याप्य अविच्छिन्नतया parvatah rajate ityartah. So this parvata is expanding for a region of a yojanam. Okay, it is definitely occupying a length of 1 yojana. So yojanam abhivyapya. It has occupied a length of at least 1 yojanam. Avichannataya parvatah rajate ityartah. So again, avichannataya means without any. So exactly there is 1 yojanam of distance which is occupied by this parvatam. Then we say this avichannataya is a word which indicates that borderline. How do you say? Say for example, the easiest way for you to understand this word is if you are having a very big heap of grains and you are using one container to take darvi, right? You are taking a darvi to take some grain out of it. So this darvi will be that avichannata. So it is separating this this small quantity of grain from that heap. So this darvi is being used as that vichannam. Okay, so it is used as the one that is able to separate it from the main thing. So in that sense, we use this word. So here avichannataya. Here avichannataya is used. So means for that yojana distance, this parvatam is completely occupied where there is even not a small bit which is left out. Okay, so that is how we can use the yojana as a complete measurement of this parvata. This parvatah rajate. The parvata is there, standing there for that complete distance of 1 yojana. So by this yojana, it is being by this yojana is used as a marker to indicate the length of that mountain. That also, like that also, we can understand this. So for that complete yojana, and exactly yojana also. Here in this case, it doesn't have to extend beyond that. When we say yojanam pathati, that boy has definitely read for a complete period of 1 yojana. He might have read a little bit outside of that yojana, but that doesn't count because that is not counting into any specific quantity. So here that specific quantity is yojana. For that complete yojana, he studied. For that complete yojana, the parvata is occupying. For that complete yojana, the nadi is kutila. The nadi is still flowing beyond that yojana also, but there it is not crooked. For this 1 yojana, it is completely crooked. It is completely, there are so many turns and all. Even for a little bit, it is not straight. It is completely, crooked, vakra. So in that sense, we have to take. The parvata also could have extended beyond that yojana. It is not exactly 1 yojana, but this one particular yojana we are talking about. This 1 yojana, that complete yojana, the parvata is occupying. Say, for example, somebody wants to build something somewhere. So they have a land specific with specific measurements. But in that specific measurements for 1 complete yojana, that mountain is occupying. It might be occupying place other than this yojana also. But we are concerned about this particular yojana. And this complete yojana is occupied by the parvata. So that is when you can still use this application. So the emphasis here is on that yojana. Beyond that yojana, whether it is there or not, it is out of context right now. In this context, that is not important. What is important is for our time measurement or for our adva measurement, whether this association is there with nirantara sanyoga. When it is there with nirantara sanyoga, the word gets dvitiya vibhakti. It is not a karma karaka. It is only because of this association, it gets dvitiya vibhakti. So we call this as upapada dvitiya. Upa means near. Pada, because it has association with this dravya vachaka shabda, it gets dvitiya vibhakti. So here we have another sutra. Antara tvam mam harihi. Antarena harim na sukham. So here antarantarena yukte. So earlier, what is the association? kaladhvanoratyanta sanyoge. So when words with association with kala shabda and adva shabda, dvitiya syat. So here antarantarena yukte, when they are used with antara and antarena. Antara and antarena. So here abhyam yoge dvitiya syat. Abhyam here is idam shabdasya trutiya vibhakti dvivachanam. Because it is dvivachanam, it can be trutiya or chaturthi or panchami, but meaning wise association with these two. So here that is why we can take it as trutiya vibhakti dvivachanam. Yoge dvitiya syat means words which are in association with antara or antarena. Then also the word which is in association with these two words will get dvitiya. Like how antara means madhye and antarena means without, vina. It is used like vina. Okay, like ramena vina, Sita na gachati. So, or ramam vina also we can use. If you know vina shabda, with the usage of vina shabda, dvitiya vibhakti is also there, tritiya vibhakti is also there. So here, dvitiya vibhakti we are seeing. So, ramam vina, Sita na gachati. How we say that sentence? We can also say, Ramam antarena Sita vanam na gachati. That also we can say. So antarena is varjayitva, means without. So here abhyam yoge dvitiya syat antara ityakarantam avyayam. Antara is a avyayam. It is not akaranta strilinga. It is an avyayam, which indicates madhye. Antarena ityapi avyayam. Most of the words which are used here are most of them, not all, will be avyayams. Okay, in that those which are used in upapada vibhaktis, normally they are avyayams. Anayoho avyayayoho yoge dvitiya bhavati iti sutrasya phalitartha. Okay, so whenever words are used along with antara or antarena, they get dvitiya vibhakti. Like how I said, Ramam antarena Sita vanam nagachati, like that. Antara tvam mam harihi. Antara means madhye. So tvam mam, between you and me there is hari. That is how we want to say. That is the meaning of this sentence. Antara ityasya yogaha tvam iti mam iti cha padavachyasya. So because we are talking about between, so the association is there with between you and me. So the word between has association with the word you and with the word me, right? So if we use the same in Sanskritam, so antara means madhye. It has association with the tvam and mam. So tvam and mam. So both these words get dvitiya vibhakti. Normally, what do we say in a language like Telugu? Neeku, naku, madhya, we say. So here Niku and Naku are actually in Shashti Vibhakti. But because of the word this Antara, they get Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay, normally they would have been in Shashti Vibhakti. Like here it is given Tava cha mama cha madhye harihi. Okay, in Telugu at least it matches. I don't know about other languages. Between you and me there is hari. Okay. अतः त्वां माम् इत्यत्र द्वितीया श्रूयते सा च द्वितीया प्रकृतसूत्रेण. So this dvitiya is because of the sutra antarantarena yukte. Because of that sutra we get dvitiya vibhakti for the words which are used along with antara and antarena. For antara, because it indicates madhye, two words will be associated. For antarena only one word will be. Whenever you use the word between what? You cannot say only one word. Between the tree, you cannot stop there. Between the tree and what? Something else. So two words will always be associated with antara. Both those words will get dvitiya vibhakti by this sutra. So here tvam and mam are such words. Between these two, there is hari. So tvam and mam, both are associated with antara. So both will get dvitiya vibhakti. Antarena harim na sukham. Without Hari, there is no sukham. So here without Hari. So the word Hari is associated with Antarena. So Hari will get Dvitiya Vibhakti. Antarena harim na sukham. Vina. Harim vina na sukham. Vina and Antarena, you can use them like synonyms only. They both mean the same. They also behave similarly. Means they give Dvitiya Vibhakti to the words which are associated with them. Antarena ityasya yogaha harehe. Ataha harishabdat dvitiya prakrita sutrena. Harim vina sukham nasti ityarthaha. Okay. And then we have more words. So margam ubhayataha vrikshaha santi. Sarvataha adhyapakam shishyaha santi. Dhik anritavadinam. Uparyupari bhumim vimanani dayante. Adhodho bhumim jalam bhavati. So these are all again examples of words which get Dvitiya Vibhakti because of their association with a few other words. All those are listed in this Vartika. Ubha sarvataso karya diguparyadishu trishu dvitiyamreditanteshu tatonyatrapi drishyate. Okay, so what is this Vartika saying? Ubhayataha, sarvataha, dhik, uparyupari, adhyadhi, adhodhaha, ityetaihi yoge dvitiya syat iti Vartikasya mathitortaha. Mathitortaha means, mathita means like meaning explained where disjoined. Means word to word meaning kind of thing. Okay. Or final meaning. You can take it like that also. And here we have in the sutra, Ubha Sarvatasoho. So, Ubhayataha Sarvataha. Karya Dhiguparyadishu. Okay, Dhik. The Dhik Shabda you are all familiar. In Gita Sopanam 2 book, I think it is there. Uparyupari. Okay, Uparyupari means paina paina. It is like on the top surface. It is not like upari means all the way top. Uparupari means like right above the surface. Adhyadhi. Adhyadhi means also like just beneath. Adhodhaha also means just beneath. Adhyadhi, let me see Adhyadhi. Adhyadhi is not given here an example. Yeah, let us come back to that in a minute.
Adhi plus Adhi.
Adhi plus Adhi.
Adhyadi, N Sandhi. That is,
Correct.
Adhi means Adhikam, right? చాలా ఎక్కువ అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చాము అక్కడ. అధిక అంటే ఎక్కువ. అది అధివసతి, అది ఉపసర్గ కింద. అది ఉపసర్గ 2 సార్లు యూజ్ చేశారేమో. అది ప్లస్ అది అధ్యది. అది అనేది ఉపసర్గ కదా.
The meaning wise how it changes. Meaning wise, like upari means on the surface level, above only, right?
Upari.
One second. Murthy Mahodaya, 1 second. Shastri Mahodaya is saying something.
ఆమ్రేడితం అన్నారు కదా, ఆమ్రేడితం అంటే 2 సార్లు వాడాం కదా, అలాగా ఉపరి అది అలాగా.
Correct. Amreditam means repetition, but I'm saying adhi is used twice, which is fine, but meaning wise how does it change? I am looking. Like upari means paina paine, like right above the house if an airplane is flying. Normally airplanes fly all the way up in the sky, but if it is flying just above the ground level, then we say upari vimanam chalati, like that. Adhodaha means right beneath the surface of the bhumi there is water. If we say water is sometimes we say no, we just dig up like 50 feet and we got water, so then we can use adhodaha, bhumim jalam bhavati. So like that for for adhyadhi,
అది అంటే ఓవర్ అబోవ్ మేడం. అది అంటే ఓవర్ అబోవ్, 2 మీనింగ్లు ఉంటాయి.
adhika
అబోవ్ above like అలాగా.
So it is like uparupari. Okay.
అవును అలాగే.
Okay. So we'll see. Okay. So here let us look at all the examples. Okay. So here this is the Vartika. So for all these words we get Dvitiya Vibhakti. So Margam Ubhayataha Vrikshaha. Ubhayataha Ityanena Yogaha Margasya. So many times the question comes, how do we know the association? We are saying that when it is used in association with these words, then it will get Dvitiya. So which word is having association with these words? How to figure that out? That also Akanksha Paddhati you can use. So when I say Ubhayataha, when I say on both sides, Ubhayataha means on both sides. Both sides to what? To the marga. So here marga is the word which has association with ubhayataha. Margam ubhayataha vrikshaha santi. So because marga is the word which has association with ubhayataha, marga gets dvitiya vibhakti. Ubhayataha ityanena yogaha margasya. Ataha margat dvitiya prakrita vartikena. Margasya parshvadvayepi vrikshaha ityarthaha. So on both sides of the marga, there are trees. That is the meaning. Sarvataha adhyapakam shishyaha santi. Okay, sarvataha means all sides. All sides to what? All sides of the teacher. Adhyapakam sarvataha shishyaha santi. The students are sitting around the teacher. So sarvataha ityanena yogaha adhyapakasya. Ataha अध्यापकात् द्वितीया प्रकृतवार्तिकेन अध्यापकस्य सर्वेषु पार्श्वेषु शिष्याः स्थिताः इत्यर्थः. Then dhik anritavadinam. Anritavadi means he who speaks only false or states false things or lies. Okay, so dhik anritavadinam. धिगित्यनेन योगः अनृतवादिनः अतः अनृतवादिनः द्वितीया प्रकृतवार्तिकेन अनृतवादी निन्द्यः इत्यर्थः. Okay, so he speaks only ninda vachanani. Ninda means that which is not true. That is why it is called ninda, right? Which is not yet been verified. An accusation, you can say. So he speaks only false statements. So such a person is called anritavadi. So dhik. So here dhik means we are disapproving. In that sense it is used. So because of the usage with the dhik, the anritavadi is getting dvitiya vibhakti. Dhin murkha ityatra tu nishiddhacharanam iti adhyaharyam. Tada murkha dhik nishiddhacharanam iti vakyam sampadhyate. Dhik ityanena yogaha nishiddhacharanasya natu murkhasya. अतः निषिद्धाचरणात् द्वितीया. हे मूर्खा निषिद्धाचरणं निन्द्यम् इत्यर्थः. So again here also what is being explained is dhik मूर्खा निषिद्धाचरणं. This is the sentence. So why didn't मूर्खा get dvitiya vibhakti? Why nishiddhacharanam is getting dvitiya vibhakti is because you have to understand the sentence like Murkha dhik nishiddhacharanam. So here dhik means disapproval. So the nishiddhacharana is that which is being disapproved. So Murkha is not the word. We are not, there can be a case where the Murkha is being disapproved. Then it will be dhik murkham. Then it will be dhik murkham. Okay, we are disapproving of that foolish person. But here we are disapproving of the nishiddhacharanam. Okay, so here we are trying to tell this person who doesn't know anything. So that is why he is being referred as murkha. Hey murkha, dhik nishiddhacharanam. You should not follow this acharana because it is nishiddha. And so that is why there is disapproval towards this nishiddhacharanam. In that sense, here nishiddhacharanam is the word which is associated with the dhik, and so that will get the dvitiya vibhakti, not the murkha shabda. Okay, there will be a case where based on the application, murkha shabda can get dvitiya vibhakti because of its association with the dhik murkham. That also can happen. Okay, but here this application is different. So we have to keep in mind, not always the same word gets the Dvitiya Vibhakti. We have to see what this word is focusing on, the dik word with which it is associated. What is it implying? What are we implying with this usage of dik? We are disapproving the Nishiddhacharana, not the Murkha in this particular context. So Nishiddhacharana will get Dvitiya Vibhakti. In another case, maybe we are using or disapproving the Murkha itself. So then the Murkha will get Dvitiya Vibhakti. So with every sentence, it can be different. We have to carefully observe the meaning of the sentence and with which it is being used, or when you are framing a sentence, the way you frame the sentence will express what you want to tell. So if you want to disapprove the Nishiddhacharana, you have to put Nishiddhacharana in Dvitiya Vibhakti. If you want to express your disapproval towards the Murkha, then you have to put the Murkha Shabda in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So it also helps when we are trying to write something, we have to keep all this in mind. So simply not any word will be associated. What you want to, how you want to express, based on that, you have to identify which word gets Dvitiya Vibhakti. Similarly, when somebody else has written and we are reading that material, depending on which word is in Dvitiya Vibhakti, we have to understand that dik is focusing on that word. So that disapproval is on that word. Okay, so that is how we can use all this to understand or express. Understand what somebody has written and express what we want to, and write what we want to express. Uparyupari bhumim vimanani dayante. Uparyupari ityanena yogaha bhumehe. So paina paina. So just on the top. Top of what? Of the ground. So bhumi is the word which is associated with upari upari. So atah bhumehe dvitiya prakrita vartikena uparyupari sameepordhva bhagavritti bhumehe sameepe upari vimanani dayante ityartha. Okay, so very close to but still above. Adhodho bhumim jalam bhavati. Adhodho ityanena yogaha bhumehe. So just kinda kindane. Means right below the surface. It is not deep below the surface, but just below the surface. Ataha bhumehe dvitiya prakrita vartikena. Just below what? Just below the ground. So bhumi is the word which is associated with adhodaha. So bhumi will get dvitiya vibhakti. So adhodha sameepadhastana bhagavritti. Bhumehe sameepe adho jalam bhavati ityartaha. So right below the surface of the ground, there is water. That is the meaning. So griham abhitaha trinani santi. Vidyalayam paritaha chhatraha kridanti. Bubhukshitam na pratibhati kinchit. So here abhitaha, paritaha, samaya, nikashaha, prati, yoge api. This is a vartikam. So this is a vartikam. Whenever a vartikam is written, it will usually be the previous sutra. To that sutra, it will be connected. Okay, because vartikam indicates or covers all that is which is not explicitly explained in the sutra. So whenever there is a vartikam, you also have to look at the sutra to which this vartikam is connected. Otherwise, you won't understand. If I simply say abhitaha, paritaha, samaya, nikashaha, prati yogepi. If I simply say that yogepi kim bhavati, what will happen with the yoga of all these? Dvitiya bhavati. Okay, that comes from the sutra, from that first sutra. What is that first sutra that we have for the Upapada Dvitiya? Kaladhvanoratyanta sanyoge. Okay, here again, all these sutras will have anuvrittis, because even in this sutra, Kaladhvanoratyanta sanyoge, that's all it is given. What happens in the sanyoga of these words? Dvitiya bhavati. Those will come as anuvritti. All those will again, for all the sutras that we are covering under Karaka, we will again see in the order of the Paniniya Sutras, how they are given, what anuvrittis come, and how to understand how the anuvrittis should be taken, because anuvrittis are always taken from the previous sutras, not always from the sutra right above it. Sometimes it can be a few sutras from before. So how do we know which word to take as anuvritti? From the word, from the just the previous sutra, or which sutra? Because it can go even to several sutras before. So how to understand all that, we'll do in a separate class. But based on the context, basically that also we have to use the Akanksha Paddhati. Okay, depending on the contextual context of what sutras we are studying, what those sutras are talking about, depending on that, on the contextual clues we have to take. We have to understand which word comes as a anuvritti. Because it will not be given in original Paniniya Ashtadhyayi, the anuvrittis are not given. These anuvrittis are written by the Vartikakaras and Mahabhashyam, in the Mahabhashyam, and Vyakyanakaras. They have written the anuvrittis. So, and all that again is printed material. So we have to always have a knowledge by ourselves to see if the anuvrittis given there are accurate or not. I'm not saying that they will be incorrect because of the whoever printed that book or whoever has written that material is not sure, but the printing mistakes will always be there sometimes. So for that reason, even we have to know, okay, if this anuvritti is fitting here, is there akanksha for this word as anuvritti here? That if we are on the watch out, then it will be very good. It will be very good. Only to avoid any, if there are any printing mistakes in the material, we need to be able to identify, right? See, when we come across this, we come across some printing mistakes. So we say, okay, this is a printing mistake. It cannot be like this. Why? Because you certainly know that application is not there. If it is a small thing, we are able to identify. But if it is a difficult thing, we need to refer to other sources to see if really such a word exists or if it is a printing mistake. We need to verify, right? So similarly, here also, the words which are taken as anuvrittis are given in many places, but we also need to have a little bit of knowledge of identifying if all those anuvrittis, are accurately listed. So if there is akanksha for those anuvrittis, only for our own understanding, and to avoid if there is any printing mistake anywhere by any chance. Okay. So here abhitaha, paritaha, samaya, nikasha, ha, prati, yogepi. Okay, this is the Vartikam. Yogepi dvitiya bhavati. Abhitaha, paritaha, samaya, nikasha, ha, prati. Ityetaihi yoge dvitiya syat. Iti Vartikartaha. Tatonyatrapi drishyate. Ityasyaiva vivaranam anena Vartikena kritam. Tataha anyatra api drishyate. Okay, what does that mean? Tataha anyatra api drishyate. Let us see. Griham abhitaha trinani santi. Abhitaha ityanena yoge grihasya. Ityanena yogaha grihasya. So abhitaha. Abhitaha means in front of. In front of what? Of the house. So griha shabda has association with abhitaha. Ataha grihat dvitiya prakrita vartikena. So the griha shabda gets dvitiya by this vartika. Vidyalayam paritaha chatraha kridanti. Paritaha. When I say paritaha, means around. Around what? Around the school. So like that we can identify that it is Vidyalaya Shabda that has association with paritaha, not chatraha, not the chatra Shabda. Paritaha ityanena yogaha vidyalayasya. Ataha vidyalayat dvitiya. Vidyalayasya sarveshu parshveshu chatraha kridanti ityartaha. Okay. So here, say for example, if you are given just the pratipadikas of these words, Vidyalaya, Paritaha, Chatra, Kridanti. If I simply say that, how do you, even around the students also something can be there. Paritaha can also be used with the Chatra, but we have to check the meaning. Here is that possible. Around the students, the school cannot be there. Around the school only, the students can play. So because of the Kriya Padam, one is giving away, and the other one, the practicality also, right? In this case, it is too obvious, but say for example, Guru, Chatra, Abhitaha is the word used, Tishtati. If I say that, Guruhu, Chatraha, and use the word Abhitaha, Tishtati. So gurum abhitaha chhatraha tishtati. We can say that. Technically and grammatically, chhatram abhitaha guruhu tishtati. That also is fine. Technically, again, vyakarana ritya, that is also shuddhameva. But normally, what is the case? The student will stand in front of the guru. We cannot say guru will stand in front of the teacher, normally. Okay, a special case might be there, but normally. So we have to use all such things also to figure out which word has association with the words given here, like abhitaha, paritaha and all. Bubhukshitam na pratibhati kinchit. So here bubhukshitam, bubhukshitaha, bubhukshuhu actually is the one who is hungry. Okay, a person who is hungry and wants to eat. Na pratibhati kinchit. Bhati means like normally it is like expression. So na pratibhati means the meaning of this sentence is basically a person who is hungry really does not care about the taste of the food. Okay. Prati ityanena yogaha bubhukshitasya. Ataha bubhukshitat dvitiya. Bubhukshitasya kinchidapi na spurati ityartaha. So he who is hungry, he doesn't really express his what he wants or tastes, or I want to eat only this, I want to eat only that. That kind of expression is not there. Why? Because he is hungry. He'll eat anything at that point of time. Okay. Gramam samaya nikasha lankam ha krishna bhaktam ityapi asyaiva vartikasya udaharanani. Gramasya samipe. Here samaya and nikasha both mean samipe. Okay, both are used in the sense of samipe and both are avyayas. So gramasya samipe lankayaha samipe iti adyayoho dvayoho vakyayoho arthaha. Okay, so gramam samaya. So because grama samipe, the meaning is samipe. Deniki samipamlo, near to what? To the grama. So grama shabda is the one associated with samaya. So it gets dvitiya. Similarly, Lanka, close to Lanka. So the word Lanka is the one that is associated with Nikasha. So that also gets dvitiya vibhakti. Ha Krishna bhaktam. Krishna bhaktaha shochyah iti trutiyasya vakyasya arthaha. Here erthaha is given. I really don't know. There is an er dhatu. Irayati is the kriya padam there, but that means a little different. Here it is used in the sense of arthaha, but irayati means a little differently, like close or in that sense it is there. So I really don't know if this erthaha has any other sense other than arthaha. Here, definitely here we have to take it in the sense of arthaha, but we have to look into the other meanings, if any, for that word. And pada vishleshana also we have to look. If air dhatu can be derived into erthaha, that I have to see. So here shochyaha means unfortunate or miserable, or in that sense we can say. Okay, so Krishna bhaktaha shocyaha. Ha Krishna bhaktam means ha Krishna bhaktam. So there is a Krishna bhakta, something happened to him. So it is unfortunate. That is when we give out this exclamation, ha Krishna bhaktam. Ayo, what has happened to him in that sense. Okay. So Krishna bhakta is the word used with ha. So it gets dvitiya vibhakti. Now here in the above, right before the example sentences, tataha anyatrapi drishyate is given, right? So let us just take a look at that. What it means is, there are other words like mandam gacchati, madhuram bhashate, satvaram dhavati, shobhanam patati. All these examples are also there where the kriya visheshana, like mandam gacchati. So he's going very slowly. So here mandam is a kriya visheshana. Okay. And then madhuram bhashate. Madhuram, he's speaking very beautifully, he or she. So madhuram again is a kriya visheshana here. So all these also are getting dvitiya vibhakti. The kriya visheshanas also are getting dvitiya vibhakti. For that also again there is a vartika. Kriya visheshananam karmatvam napumsakatvam ekavachanantatvam cheshyate. This is the vartikam. So that is what is covered at the, under tataha anyatra api drishyate. Okay. That is what is covered under that. So mandam gachati, basically you note it down like the kriya visheshanas also get dvitiya vibhakti. Oh, sorry, wait. That comes under karmatvam. Those get, the kriya visheshanas get the karmakarakam. And that is why they get dvitiya. That covers under the karmakaraka only. That doesn't come under upapada vibhakti. That doesn't come under upapada vibhakti.
Madam, this Shigram, Nandam, they are all Subantas or Avyayas?
Most of them are avyayas only, Mahodaya. One or two can be avyayams means they don't have any vibhakti or linga, or sometimes they have linga, but it does not really matter. You can use it with anything. Though say for example, a particular word has a strilinga shabda. It is technically a strilinga, but it can be used with along with pumlinga also in that particular context. It doesn't matter whether
okay,
that,
then Shigram is Shigram. No other, no change in Vibhakti, no?
no changes in vibhakti, no changes in vachana or purusha. Yes.
Madhuram Bhashate. The Madhuram only, that's no other Vibhakti it will get. So there is no confusion.
Mandam gachati.
Those are not given in the book, Bhagini. Those are not given in the book. Actually, those get the kriya visheshanas get karmatvam. So they are not upapada vibhaktis. They are karaka vibhaktis only. The kriya visheshana, when it gets dvitiya vibhakti, it is because of the karmatvam, and so it is a karaka vibhakti. I mistakenly quoted it here. We should have covered that under when we were doing the karma karaka. So basically, kriya visheshananam karmatvam napumsakatvam ekavachanantatvam cheshyate. So a kriya visheshana will get karmatvam, means it will get karmakarakam. It will get napumsakatvam. So kriya visheshanas will normally be in napumsakalinga and ekavachana. So these are the three qualities of a kriya visheshana. Okay, that is a vartikam. Based on that, we have this mandam gachati, madhuram bhashate, sattvaram dhavati. Sattvaram means veganga, means fastly. Shobhanam pathati means reading beautifully. Like that. Those are a few examples. Okay, but that comes under karaka vibhakti only, not upapada vibhakti. Upapada, in Upapada, the only other thing is that one is not given. Adhodaha. No, Adhyadi. Adhyadi, there is no example given for Adhyadi. Right? Yeah, that example is not there. I will try to see if I can get an example. Adhyadi lokam harihi, actually. Adhyadi lokam harihi. Here, so hari is in the, adhi means always in, like adhihari, adhyatma means adhyatma, means in your atma, means that adhyatma chintana means looking into yourself, right? Looking into ourselves, and that tattva jnanam. For tattva jnanam, what is necessary? Looking into ourselves. So adhi means, the prefix adhi means in. So adhihari, this you must have come across when you are studying the Pravesha book or whatever. Adhihari, in Hari. Adhihari Vishwasam Bhavatu. Okay, in Hari you have Vishwasam. In that sense, it is used. So adhyadi means also like that only, in the same sense of in, but or close to, inside of. So here, adhyadi lokam harihi. So what is the meaning of this sentence is close to the lokas. Okay. So here, whenever a word is repetitive, we are taking it in at the surface
Just
level.
above.
Like
In the
upari
dictionary,
means
ma'am, in the dictionary it is given just above.
Just above. Just above. So lokam adhihari adhyadi lokam means just above these lokas. Hari is there. In that sense, we can take. Okay, so that adhyadi also is covered. Example for that also is covered. Okay. So with that, we completed even the Upapada Vibhaktis, but we have this Karma Pravachaniya. That is again, here in this book, they have simply given it with a few examples, or only, they just listed out of all the words which come under the Upapadas here, and have given only a few examples, but I would like to gather a few more examples and do it in detail. We shall do that in the next class. Okay, the Karma Pravachaniyaha, because it has many examples. We shall cover that in the next class. I need to go over a few books to gather all those sentences, and then we'll do it in the next class. Any questions until here? So Karma Pravachaniyaha is also a part of Upapada only, but it has a different set of words which are used a little differently. So it is covered under a separate section called Karma Pravachaniya. We'll come to that in the next class. Any questions? Okay. So shall we say the Shanti Mantra, Bhaini?
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नमस्कार भगिनी धन्यवादः सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः नमस्कारः